today's main mission, the Sundering. The visions of the Emperor's Tarot have been revealed. The Ark of Omens are loose upon the galaxy, and the Scorpio system will not be spared. The Reaper of Woe has spilled forth from the warp. The forces of chaos are not, however, all powerful. The Hulk ripped itself asunder upon emergence within the Scorpio system. Whether a consequence of warpcraft or an unsafe translation within the mandible point is unknown. What is known is that despite catastrophic damage to the Hulk, the beast still lives. Assault crafts spill forth for the defense stations of the Scorpio system. The legions of old have returned once more.
Stay here. No, stand in the middle.
I want to stay here.
No, stand in the middle.
I want to stay here.
For fuck's sake,
Just
stand
move the
here.
camera to me. Future Alex is just going to be as pissed off as present Alex. I get to piss him off.
I'm nothing but pissed off.
I get to piss him off twice in one event. Right, 2,000 points of Salamanders. I've got Lieutenant Jotok, my kit-bashed Azure Drake. He's got Exemplar of the Promethean Creed, which means he can give up obsec to a unit. He's also got the Imperium Sword and the Burning Blade. No doubt I'll end up forgetting about those at some point. I have a Chaplain. He is tooled up to the teeth. He is a Forge Master, and he's got the Salamander's Mantle, which means that he is incredibly difficult to kill. And then I've taken a Judicar, because normally you don't get to. But Nemu, I'm sure, is going to walk around and manage to execute someone. And then I've got an Apothecary, because no one leaves home without them. For troops, I've got 2 units of Infiltrators, both with Helix Gauntlets, a unit of Assault Intercessors. And then for elites, I've got a unit of 5 Blade Guard, 4 Aggressors, 5 Aggressors, 3 Eradicators, and then 3 more Eradicators, although they're heavy support. And then I've got 2 Invicta Warsuits. They always win the game for me, every single time, no questions asked. I managed to hide them somewhere sneaky, and then they'll do something incredibly useful. I've got one of the Storm Speeders that I can't remember the name of, and a Repulsor.
And here is 2,000 points of Black Legion. So I'm running with 1 Forge Fiend, all with Plasma, a Mauler Fiend, obviously as he is, equipped, and also one of these Slaughter Beasts from Forge World. I'm hoping he can run up and really take something to pieces. We also have 2 Hell Brutes equipped exactly the same, with 2 Plasma Cannons and a Fist. And then get into the infantry, we have 2 5-man Legionary squads and 2 5-man Chosen squads with the Mark of Khorne. As a little throwaway and a little sort of back of the table objective grabber, we've got some cultists doing their thing for the bigger boys, along with a nice blob of Chaos Spawn and an even bigger blob of Chaos Possessed. We're using the Demons of the Ruin Storm models as the spawn, because actually they look a lot nicer and they're a lot less tentacly, I guess. And finishing it up just there with 5 Raptors. Now, as for the characters, we have the Master of Execution. You know, that's very standard setup. He's going to roll in, dish out a massive bunch of mortal wounds. Then we have the Warpsmith, who's obviously going to support the numerous vehicles we have, give them the increased ability to hit and repair them if needed. Followed up by the Master of Possessions, who's going to do his thing, bringing units back to life, providing that 4-up invulnerable save in a bubble. And yeah, just really sort of being a linchpin to keep some of their more elite, harder hitting combat units alive. As I said, 2,000 points. Let's see how it does.
Whenever you're ready, gents. So whenever you're ready,
I'm
gents.
just trying to think about what's the opening. Okay, we've now set up and we are all deployed. Right, Dan, do you want to just tell us how you deployed and what's going on with them?
Yeah, I'm a bit concerned about Luke's aggression. He's got a lot of close combat units with this Black Legion army. So I've put my infiltrators in the middle of the board out of line of sight. This, by the way, we're counting as a big pile of crates. So he can't run through that to get me. And then I've deployed quite passively at the back so that I can advance forward. I've got a couple of units of aggressors and eradicators in reserve. And then I've got the new and improved Repulsor hidden as best as I can, full of aggressors. Luke, yourself?
Yeah, as for me, you've pretty much summed it up there. I'm very aggressive in my deployment. I want to get into the Salamander's face and cause them a lot of problems. It might be a bit of a misplay, but we'll see what will go on. I've got the Hellbrutes in reserve, so I can take advantage of these table edges and bring them on where their firepower and combat ability is needed. And over on the right, we have this cheeky little Forge World demon. I'm hoping I get the turn 1 so I can get right into that Invicta and mash him up, but it could be a big misplay due to the fact Dan's reserves, especially with these Eradicators, could just walk on and ruin my day. But we'll see what goes on. Other than that, due to the campaign effects, the Imperium are going to start with an orbital bombardment. They're allowed to hit 3 units for D3 mortal wounds before any dice rolls for the start of the game have happened. So who are we lining up?
I'm going to go for the Havocs.
Yep.
Let's see him.
I'll try and snipe one out.
They can take 1 mortal wound.
Okay, they're going to live.
That's upsetting.
Target number 2.
I'm going to go for the Chosen that are to the left of the Master of Executioners for 2 mortal wounds.
So that's going to drop one of
No,
them
they've got
off.
3 wounds.
Oh, 3?
Yeah,
Even better.
they're
Down,
big chunky boys.
down to 1.
And then I'm going to go for, do you see your Master of Possession can just heal everybody, it's very upsetting. So I'm just going to put it on a Legionnaire unit and hopefully roll high enough. Yes! 3 mortal wounds on the left unit of Legionnaires.
That's your left, so these ones here, right?
Yeah, I do.
Oh no, not him, he's got a nice power fist, so one's dead.
1 and 1 on a wound.
Of course, it's 3, wasn't it? Right, not a bad initial volley, so other than that, we've just got the roll for first turn.
Yep. We'll also mention that because Birmingham was burnt, the Imperium army is at -1 leadership for the game, but my veteran vanguard unit are angry and out for revenge, and they get special reroll once per game. So roll to vote, see who's going first. Luke, do you want to go first or second?
I think I want to go first, just mainly because of this right flank here. And as a side note about Birmingham, for anyone who I'm a bit confused about that, you can also refer to it as Slough if you're in England, because it's just as much as on fire. But with that, I've missed the tray.
It's a 1.
No, the tray doesn't count. That's a big strong
Oh
threat.
no!
Oh. Ah.
Oh no!
We shall return after the Black Legion's turn 1. Okay, right. So we've shoved everything up. We've got fire lines where we want it here onto the units hiding behind this big old industrial thing. Complex. Yeah, it is quite a difficult game. You're right. This guy's come flying up here, ready to mince this Invicta up. So bang on for turn 1. And over here, these guys have planted the bomb as per the mission. And these guys have done despoil ground, which will be completed at the end of my turn because they're both troop units. Right, command phase stuff. He's given this +1 to hit, which is going to help put the nail into that Invicta. And other than that, we're on to the psychic phase with Master of Possession. Old Scalagar is going to attempt to cast Cursed Earth to give these guys the 4-up in fun. Cast on a 10, which becomes an 11 due to the Eye of Zeech. Right, moving on, we're going to open up the shooting phase. The Forge Fiend into your Invicta Warsuit.
Okay.
Any stratagems, or is it just happening?
No, it's happening.
So it's 2d3 shots.
3d3.
Oh, 3d3.
It's got 3 nasty maws.
Is it 1 out the mouth, is it?
Yep.
4 shots. So 4 shots hitting you on 2s. That's more like it. Strength 7.
Toughness 6.
So that is going to be 3s to wound you. We're all in. I think
Is the AP 3 or 4 for these guns?
this massive guy.
Give him the book.
It's on the screen behind you.
Okay, so we get 4 wounds, AP -4, so that punches straight through the Invicta, and at flat damage of 3 each. That's put you down, I believe,
To 1
wound.
measly wound.
He's got 13 wounds.
It's
is it?
got 13 wounds, he's a chunky boy.
Not anymore. It's got 1.
It's got big holes in
I
it.
believe that's all the guns for him for now. We're going to move on to the autocannons. And I think I'm not going to mess about because I know what my rolls are like. I'm just going to put all the autocannons straight into that Invicta Warsuit, focus that fire, and try and bring him down. So that's going to be 8 shots. He's not the closest unit, so this is hitting on 3s. That's Not bad at all.
Sixes explode.
The sixes do indeed explode, so freeze again. That's going to be 5 at -2.
5 ups needed. That doesn't happen. He is dead. Does he explode? Which would be very upsetting. No, he doesn't.
With that in mind, that is all my shooting concluded. So I've just actually got some charges to do. So the one for sure is over here.
Yep, I'll overwatch.
I'm in.
10. Yep. Okay, charges then. We'll start with the Incendium Cannon, which is 2d6. Oh, 3, that was awful. I'm going to spend a CP to reroll that. Because
CP already.
that's just upset me. I can't roll 3 on that. Oh, 11 is much better. Wounding on 5s. And I'll do one of my Salamanders rerolls now. Get that over and done with. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 wounds at AP -2.
So rolling my save.
Oh, very nice. So 2 wounds.
So I'm literally just going to... Well, I've got 10, so I'm just going to fly around and touch it here. So we're just going to kick that off straight away. So 5 attacks, and then it has an extra one, because it's got a pair of them nasty claws. On top of that, I'm going to be hitting on 2s, because I'm Black Legion and I have made a charge. So opening up, 2s, freeze. That is all 5.
Oh dear.
That's at -3.
I need to make one of these. 6s. No!
That concludes the Black Legion's turn 1. We're going to see what the Salamander's counter punch is, but I can't say I'm unhappy with that result. 2 very, very potent Alpha Strike units removed from the board. Okay, we're back at the end of the Salamander's movement phase. A lot's moved up, a lot's gone on. Take us through it, Dan.
So my chaplain failed both of his inspiring aura rolls, which is obviously him getting his voice warmed up. He'll be good for the rest of the game now. I've decided to leave my repulsor with my aggressors because that blood slaughterer has upset me quite a lot, and that needs to die as soon as possible. Significantly, I've moved my infiltrators up to try and move Block Luke's Chosen a little bit. Sadly, I don't think they're long for the world. However, they will get me an extra victory point because if troops hold the centre of objectives in this mission, I gain bonus points. So I also moved my second infiltrator squad up on the right to hold that right objective because I need to get as many victory points as I can before Luke blows everything up. Right, that's it. Shooting. Okay, aggressors. Into the Blood Slaughterer. It's 10d6 hits. We like it. Sadly, my maths is not going to be as good. 38, 39 hits.
Here comes that.
5s.
One eternity later.
18, 19 saves. At
19.
AP minus nothing.
19 3-ups. We all know how this one goes.
You need your 4 wounds.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fails. Oh! So I'm alive on a wound.
You're alive on a wound. I'll go with the Land Speeder next, and then I'm going to put the Crackstorm into the Blood Slaughterer on the hope that I get a bit lucky. So let's start with the Crackstorm on the Blood Slaughterer, hitting on 3s. 1 hit, wounding on 5s. No wound. Next we have the Repulsor. He's going to put the las cannons into split fire. It's dangerous, isn't it?
It's just that one wound sport.
It's just that one wound.
It's going to cause you problems.
It's going to cause me big problems. I'm going to risk it for the biscuit. I'm going to put everything into the Chosen.
Whoa!
Yeah, I'm just going to charge him and batter him with power fists.
Oh yeah, that's a really good
that's,
plan.
that's my new plan there.
Yeah, it's a pretty
just
good
going to
plan.
do it the Salamander's way.
Okay.
Pause. Oh yeah. 3 wounds.
Well, I failed one of them. Okay, someone's taken a wound.
The normal Onslaught Gatling, which is worse. 8 shots, hitting 3s. Now I would be wounded on 4s, but unfortunately, -1 to wound, so I'm wounded on 5. Oh, that seemed a bit lucky.
4 ups.
Oh,
Another wound chipped. Down to 1.
snuck through.
Sweet.
I believe that is my shooting. So I'm just going to roll the charge for the for the aggressors. I'm not going to look at how far
You
it
need
is.
to make-
I'm
you
just
need
going
to
to roll
make-
dice. We think that's in.
It should be.
That's going to be it.
Let's get the tape measure out.
Let's get this. Is pensive
I
now.
think you're good.
It's that difficult number, isn't it? You measure it.
You just checked. That's 5 inches in your book, right?
I'll measure it.
Whoa! Look at it.
No, it's not. Right, CP.
So Dan's measuring 5 inches.
5.
No, it's well in.
Hey,
It's well
is
in.
it? You sure? Oh, okay, I'll take it.
5 is well in.
I'll take it for my Judy car then, so he's in 2.
Yeah.
Right, we'll come back in the close combat phase. Right, back in the Salamanders close combat phase, I've got 5 aggressors, they're 3 attacks each, they're angry for the extra 1, and then there's the sergeant, so I've got this many dice in my hand. Hitting on 4s, because unfortunately it's a -1 to hit. Maybe not. Salamanders reroll. Okay, so we've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 up saves to be made.
Here it comes. No.
Okay, does he explode?
Now I think he. It is a 6 to explode.
No. Oh, I'm a bit disappointed with my shooting.
I would be too. Yeah.
Yeah. Right, we'll come back at the end of Luke's Black Legion movement phase.
Okay, right, we're back at the end of the Black Legion turn 2 movement phase. Once again, I'm doing one of my famous all-ins on turn 2, mainly because I can't really let these guys run around and I need to put 2 units into them, one to die to the Overwatch and then another one to cut them to pieces. So with that in mind, that's what's going to happen over there. The Khorne Chosen Mateys have moved up, ready to just butcher this one off that objective. And the Forge Fiend is healed because it's a demon engine, and we've set up for some future charges as well as potential charges this turn. With that in mind, we're going to make this guy +1 to hit again from the Warpsmith. Old Mr. Scalibur. No, that's Scalibur. This is Octavax.
Doc Ock.
Doc Ock, basically, which I think is very fitting for a man with so many tentacles. So, really, all I need to do now is cast Pact of Flesh over here. So I only need a massive 5 to cast this.
Oh, I see a 6. Is there another 6?
There is another 6.
Yes!
I will just take the D3 mortals and consider it cast for 1 mortal, which is going to knock my guy, I assume, down to about 4 wounds. For second power, we're going to do Cursed Earth to try and give both units that 4 up in 1. 11. Which is cast. That was it really, so we're going to come back in the shooting phase because there is a lot to do. Now we're back with the shooting phase. Just a quick thing to mention, because I forgot, is this unit here has bombed the objective and they have moved up to despoil this ground. So currently we are looking at bomb, despoiled and despoiled. Right, so the Forge Fiend, we're actually going to try and get rid of them pesky melter guns at the back of the board there. So it's 3D3 shots.
Just a moment, please. I will transhuman them.
Now we spent the CP, I'm just not going to roll the dot now, James, of course I am. So 3D, that's pretty good, 2, 4, and then add another 3, 4, 7. Deuce to hit. Ooh, well, I don't believe we're in wanton destruction anymore, so you have been saved, sir. It's 4s. It's a transhuman. It didn't save you at all. So it's 4 wounds at -4. 4. Straight through, isn't it?
Yeah, I can take 1 on a cover guy, and that's it after that. So I need a 6. Let's go for some luck. No.
Unit gone.
Well, no, I've got the apothecary. So if I can roll some lucky 6s. So the first one is dead. The second one is alive.
So you need, so now it's another 3 on that same guy.
Yeah. And then he's got 2 wounds left. So if I roll another 6, he's dead already, right? So that's him
You've
dead.
got one more set,
So I need a 6.
Oh! Unit lives, nice.
He's alive
Nice.
on a wound.
But to be brutally honest, I am going to finish them off with the Havoc autocannons.
Go on, knock yourself out.
We'll roll the dice, 2, 4, 6, 8. They're not the closest, so it's freeze. Ooh, bad roll. What's your transhuman runs for the phase, I assume?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
What are we on CP wise? 4, do I need it for anything else? I'm going to reroll one. So it's 2 wounds at -2.
2, right, so I need good dice rolls. Oh dear.
He's dead.
Unless
I
I
rolled a
CP
double
it.
6. So we've got the Dreadnought into the Blade Guard.
Yep.
Sorry, not the Hellbrute. Very different kettle of fish. And D3 plasma shots. 4-1.
Ooh. Can't roll a 1 and hurt yourself.
Freeze. I have rolled a 1. So I have hurt myself, I think.
I'm just not sure why you rolled 3 dice for 1 shot at the moment.
You're quite right. I hurt myself. That's all the combat over there. He's now down to 7 wounds.
Just so you know, he's now angry and gets bonuses to hit.
Yeah, he's just warming up,
Yeah,
isn't he?
it's bad attitude.
This matey over here, he's going to just put some into the unit.
Yeah, it should have been.
Okay, so it's -1, but anyway, D3 shots.
3 shots.
For
Another
one shot.
You're going to roll another 1.
You watch.
You
So,
watch. Come on.
It'll be 4s.
4 ones in a row.
Ah. That was a 6 outside of the tray. So he's down to 7. I'm going to roll the charges up now, and then we'll come back. Let's roll them. So this unit's going into this unit here first.
And we know we're overwatching.
Yep. They made it, by the way.
Yeah.
11 inches. Right, yeah, we'll put the tendril guy in. A 4 should be enough from that.
Tendril guy. Is that the technical term for the Mauler Fiend now?
It is.
5, yeah, he's easy in.
Yeah, cool. Okay, right, and the stabbening is about to begin. So we're starting here with the possessed, who've got a lot of attacks, 5 attacks a model. So all these dice on my hand, I still have to roll another 10. We're hitting these poor aggressors on 2s, because I'm Black Legion, so I have that +1 when I charge. We are strength 5 though, into a toughness of 5, so we are looking and fishing for 4s. Oh, that's a lot of fails. Then the second sets, so 10 more. 4s. That was a very good roll.
Okay, that's 19. What's your AP?
-2.
I need 19 5s. That's a lot. Yeah,
looking too
not
hard.
looking hard. So, there's a fair few in there.
Not bad.
Yeah. 3, 4, 5 dead, 6 dead, and another one, half a 1 for good luck. That's unit 1.
That was still a pretty good roll.
Yeah, well done.
Alright, that's that unit gone. We'll just get them murdered.
Where are we going next?
We're going over to the Chosen in the middle. In fact, no. How much CP you want?
I'm on 2. I'm not going to interrupt.
Okay, in that case, I'll go to the Chosen. That you're not interrupting.
No, I won't interrupt. Gentleman's honour.
That means you will. Right, we've got the 26 attacks ready here. 25, I just dropped the dice. I'll re-roll one. So, 2, because we are
Black Legion.
Black Legion. Might be in a bit of mischief. So looking at 14 saves, I believe, minus lots. So 14 saves, AP3.
I think it goes to AP4.
Mark
Yeah,
of
you've got
Corn,
the Mark of Corn. They are
Mark of Corn. Oh, wow.
toast.
So I believe I start with the fists.
Yep. Yeah, they're deep.
Does he benefit from Black Legion as well?
Yes.
Wow, so he's hitting on 2s. So hitting on 2s into the Blade Guard. Very good, sir. Transhuman, so it's going to be 4s. Saved you 1.
4.
So, 4 in 1, isn't it?
Yep. Oh no!
Ooh!
3 dead.
Yeah, I think they are big damage-free swings.
It's D3 plus 3.
Oh wow, yeah, that's disgusting. And it's the Lasher Tendrils.
Right, roll your D3.
Oh, because you've
Because I
got.
might manage to palm 1 off somewhere. So 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh no, I'll take this guy off instead. 1, 2, and 3.
6 attacks from the Lasher Tendrils. Lasher Tendrils, 2s and 4s because of transhuman. 2 more at -2.
Okay. That's not going to make any difference, I don't think. 1 wound. That's it.
Okay.
So, my attack's back. Alright, 3 wounds, AP minus. Right, it's under invulnerable save.
More than -2 then, yeah?
Yeah.
5 up. 2 go through.
4 damage.
I think it is 4 damage as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think he counts as a dreadnought.
No, down to 8 then.
That was good. That was a really successful turn.
It's looking a bit dicey for the Salamanders.
That's alright. I've got the counter attack coming, don't you worry.
How are you feeling?
Mauled. Right, we'll be back.
Salamanders turn 2.
Right, we've had to bring in the desperate measures. Luke's counter attack has been devastating. So I've had to bring in all of my reserves back here to get rid of this possessed unit. If that possessed unit doesn't go this turn, then the game is not going to go particularly well for me. My chaplain over here, he actually failed one of his mantras, so he cannot re-roll his hits, but he did get the additional attack and wound roll. Oh, sorry, no, add 1 to the attacks wound rolls with the exhortation of rage. And I've decided to move my lieutenant. This could cut his career short. The Azure Drake might be eaten alive by that little mauler fiend. We'll see what happens, but to be honest, he should be pretty good. So into the old shooting phase, we're going to start with the Eradicators. I'm going to put all of the old 6 shots into the possessed, and we come out with 3 hits. That's good. Moving on, I believe 3s, so 3 wounds there. AP lots.
It's just there. 5 up, isn't it?
Yeah.
So. Right, 2 they're 3 wounds, so there's 2 dead.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then we have 8 flame shots. Nah, you gotta take some of the fun ones. So 2.
That is a fun one.
10, 26. Wounding on 4s. This unit of possessed is good. Rerolling 1. Yeah, still failed. 4, 5, 6, 7 saves.
4 ups. Oof. Still 1 and a bit. 1's on a wound.
Okay.
Oh no. Yeah, 1's on a wound. 1 is dead.
There's quite a few left still.
I'm going to charge with my lieutenant into the Forge Fiend, so that's done.
That's done.
The Azure Drake is in. Chaplain Vargas is going in. Chaplain needs a 4, gets it on a 4, and then the Assault Intercessors need a 5, I think. 6.
Easy.
Right, so we'll make the moves and then we'll come back when it's combat time. We're back into the combat phase. The Azure Drake is going into the Forge Fiend. He's got 6 attacks, he hits on 2s. Oh, the double 1 is going to be costly. It's toughness 7, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm strength 8, so 3s. Salamanders reroll into a 1. Fantastic. 3 wounds at AP -5.
So it's going to be the Demon Forge save. Not Demon Forge, the
6.
being a demon save. Demon engine.
Oh, that's terrible. 2 damage.
Do you know what? I think 6 is quite an achievable number for your Blade Guard to do. So I'm going to interrupt and Demon Forge, taking me down to 1.
Yep.
And I'm then going to beat your Blade Guard up.
Okay. I'll transhuman them.
Yes, on 6 wounds he is bracketed, so back to freeze to hit.
Yeah.
So it's still worth it. So 1 miss.
Ooh.
Transhuman.
Yeah.
4s.
Hopefully it's terrible. Is it a Luke roll?
It's
It
terrible.
looks like a Luke roll.
It's a Luke roll.
Is it a big Luke roll? Did you get none?
None. Then 6 attacks with the Lasher Tendrils.
Oh no! What have you done?
It's alright. It's all averaged out here. 2 wounds. On your implant.
Oh no. Ah, okay, so one of them is down to a wound.
Feel no pain.
Oh, thank you. I felt the pain.
Yeah, good.
Right, okay, so one of them was on a wound.
That was awful.
That was awful. We both rolled pretty badly. In that case, I'll just go with the Blade Guard next. 3s. Oh, that's good. 5s to wound. 3 wounds on your invulnerable. Oh, I think he's gone.
2, 4, 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to happen.
This might do.
Ah.
I'm going to go with the chaplain next. So he's got 6 attacks sitting on 2s. Terrible dice rolling. Wounded on 3s. Oh.
Salamander.
Thank you. Needed that to get another 2. So 2 at -1.
4s.
It's flat 3 damage.
2 dead.
Hitting on 3s. Power of Contempt has made a really big difference. Salamander. So you're looking at 6, 7 saves at AP -1.
4 up.
Ooh.
One's on a wound.
Yeah. Right, your attack's back. Where are you going?
Right. I don't think it matters where I go at this point, does it? So it's just here, isn't it? So what's that? 4 attacks to die. 3 on profile plus weapon.
Yep.
Freeze. We're not quite in angry
That
mode
seems
yet.
to make such a difference, doesn't it? Just,
But I'm wounding you on freeze.
yep.
That was pretty good. 5 at minus lots.
So it's 2 dead. And 1 on a wound. Sorry. Right, end of Salamander's turn. I hold this objective with troops, so I get 2 victory points there. I hold this objective with troops, if I don't smash up my own deployment zone, so I get 2 there. Because of engage on all fronts, with the land speeder, I got another 2 victory points over there. Luke's got a lot of guns left, so it's going to be interesting to see what he decides to do on his turn. So we'll be back at the end of Black Legion movement turn 3.
Right, so this is the end of turn 3 movement for the Black Legion. The Warp Talons have come up here with a counter charge supported by the Master of Executions, and the Hellbrutes also wanting to get involved as well and have his piece. So other than that, objectives have been despoiled and bombed as appropriate, which has cleared up these 3 in full. And now, command phase things that we need to be aware of is he will be given this, +1 to hit as usual. So psychic powers, we're going to try and heal here and bring 1 back, losing 5. We get +1 because of the Zinch relic, getting it on the nose. And then the second one is we're going to go for a smite to try and just tickle that chaplain. I'll cast on a 5, +1, 6. So D3 for 2 mortal wounds.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to put all our shots into the Blade Guard, starting with this. So 3D3.
Yeah, I'll try and see you in it. That's down to 1 now.
Just as well, so that's 5 shots. Hitting on 2s. All in.
Nice.
4s.
Oh!
Good transhuman. So the Havocs is going to be 8 shots into your infiltrators, which I believe, oh no, they're not the closest, so freeze. Followed by freeze.
Yep.
Oh my god, 1 wound at -2.
So goes down to -1, 6 is fine.
Didn't even have the respect. Right, other than that, it's charges.
Yeah, we're both running out of assets now, aren't we?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to go Warp Talons in.
Yep. What are you charging?
Oh, the Blade Guard.
Okay.
So Warp Talons in. 6, 7, 8 is enough.
Yep.
Master of Executions. 7, I think that's bang on what we needed, wasn't it?
Yep.
Just make sure I'm not jibbing you. Yeah, 7 gets him in an inch. Boom, so fly him up. And then the Hellbrute is also going to try and join the fun. 4. I've got 2 CP, I'm going to use one of them now.
Yeah, that's it.
Sweet. Let's get that moved in.
And your last Hellbrute
Oh, thank you very much.
is in.
He's in. Right.
Don't worry, I'll help you to victory.
Yeah, you will. Right, I'm just going to get them moved in now. Okay, so we're going to start with the Master of Execution. So he's got 6 attacks, hitting on 2s.
Yep.
And I can reroll everything, but we're fishing for them 6s for the mortals.
Go on, get some.
So none.
Go on, reroll all of them. I bet you get none. I bet you get none and roll a load of ones.
No one. I've missed twice. I've hit 4 times.
Did you get any 6s?
No, not one.
You wounded on 3s.
You get 3 wounds on you.
Okay. 4 up and vulnerable saves. No, no, and no. I don't know what the damage is.
Things never usually lasted.
Damage is 2. So, double 6 needed. No, so 1 is dead. How many more do I owe you?
2 more.
Oh, that's awful. Another 1 dead. And they're all dead.
Oh.
Right, there you go.
That was a quick combat.
That was very quick. Chaplain, not angry, so 5 attacks. Hitting on 2s. Wounding, I don't ever remember if Benediction of Fury. I haven't got Benediction of Fury. Wounding on, I think 2s.
Are you strength 8?
No, wounding on 3s.
Yeah.
So I'll re-roll Salamanders. Oh, another 1. AP minus 1, flat 3 damage.
So 4 ups.
Oh, well
that
done.
makes up for them 6.
Well done. That's it.
That's it.
Your attack's back on the chaplain.
So 3s.
So
It's
6s.
still 6s because you're -1 as well. Wow. I have got you
Ooh.
twice.
Ooh.
In ones.
I dutifully made 1. So down to 4. You whiffed, I whiffed. I whiffed. I whiffed. Interesting.
That's one word for it. But anyway, so for that, that's the end of turn 3 for the Black Legion. I'll be back when Salamanders have done their shuffling about. Right, that took a little while. There was some hard thinking needed to be done, but in the end, what I've done is I've pulled the chaplain out of combat with the Chosen. Importantly, I still hold the objective. I've then run across with my apothecary to help him out and bring back one of the dead assault marines. Welcome back. I've moved everything that's very slow and ponderous up across the board, and now we're just going to hope that we have an effective shooting phase, because if we don't have a very effective shooting phase, then Luke's going to murder my newfound Azure Drake, which I really don't want to happen. So first off, I'm going to put the Eradicators into the Hellbrute. They're -1 to hit, and they're only just in range. This one,
That's correct.
let's see if I survive.
Yeah, 4 to hit, because
Oh,
the old jungle. 2s to wound.
it's enough though.
This should be enough. I didn't roll a 1. It's AP -4. It's on you for the 5 up and vulnerable saves.
Just 1 or 2.
2.
I can feel double fire, it's fine. Oh no,
Oh
don't.
dear. I need him to be dead. He's dead.
He's dead. Does he blow? Oh, I saw the 6 flash up. He did well.
So many guns. It's silly. Charge phase. My Azure Drake is going down a hero.
Who's he going
So
for?
he's going into the Master of Executions,
Good.
because that is the only person who is scary, except for that giant tank. Right, let's just get on with it. I've got 6 attacks. I don't know if you've got an invulnerable save. I hope you don't.
Yeah, I think he does.
I'm hitting on 2s. I rolled a lot of 2s. I'm wounding on 3s, unless you're toughness 4.
I'm 2-4, yeah.
Oh, I'm wounding on 2s. Salamanders reroll. Do you have an invulnerable save?
Doesn't say that he does.
Oh, well, does he have 10 wounds?
He's got 5, that's half.
Well, I executed the Master of Executions.
That's fair enough. He's out of there.
Yeah, so at the end of the turn, I've got my objectives back. I managed to get rid of the Chosen off of the objective over here. Luke still has some assets to throw at me. I'm feeling a little bit more confident now. Yeah, it's going to be back at the end of Black Legion movement turn 4. And for the final turn for the Black Legion, I've run out of assets, to be honest, but Dan's got a few more, but I'm going to change that. I'm going to change that right now. So we're going to ignore the chaplain, so it's just going to make my assassination very poor indeed, but he's toughness 7 with a -1 to win. He's even with my biggest gun, that's like 5s, and then he's got his in-run saves. I'm just not going to risk it. So we've fallen back to touch that objective and sort of
try and block anything coming through, but he can intervene on me from there. But I'm not massively too worried. I say that now, hindsight's gonna probably shoot me for that one. Anyway, so this has got +1 to hit again, and we're gonna go here, and we're gonna just try and open up with a smite. It's a 7, so D3, 3.
Ooh, that +1 is really helping you to cast 2 wounds.
That'll do.
Oh, I forgot to gain a CP, but he's down to a wound.
We're then going to open up with the Havocs, I think. Yeah, we'll try and use the Havocs to get you off that objective.
Damage 2 guns, aren't they?
Yeah.
2, 4, 6, 8. You are the closest unit. Yeah.
Sorry, what one?
Sweet, so 2s. And then it's going to be 4s. So 4 armor saves -2.
Didn't help me at all, did it? 1 dead. Oh no, so double 6 needed. 1 dead, and then another one is on 1 wound.
So that's left you with 2 there that are transhuman.
Yep.
So I think what I'm going to do instead is blow up your infantry squad with them.
Yep, I thought you might.
So 3d6. There it is. 3, 6, 7 wounds. Hit, sorry. Hitting on 2s.
Yes, no burning from the Forge Fiend.
And then
3s.
Yeah. I'm going to CP that one.
Oh.
Full house.
It's AP4 or 3?
I want it to be AP4, but
I think
imagine
it is
it's
AP4. Well, I've got 5 dice, I'm going to throw 5 dice. It's not going to matter, I don't think.
It's -3.
Right,
So all failed.
they all fail. I'm going to go for desperation. I need a double 6 twice. 1, 2, 3,
Oh.
4. He's dead. They're all dead. No! Blech.
You know what? The Forge Fiend is going to charge you.
Oh, I'll overwatch.
I'm in. I've got 5 attacks. Hitting on 2s because I'm Black Legion.
What's your strength?
I think it goes off strength user, which I think is 6. No, I don't have the jaws. You're quite right.
You put a giant gun there.
So 3, still freezer.
Ooh, very nice. 3 saves. I made 2. I made all 3. Okay. Pardon, sorry?
The dream is dead.
7 attacks back, hit on 4s. Wounded on 3s.
The main thing is I've contested.
Salamanders reroll. 4 wounds at AP minus quite a bit. Yeah, definitely contested that. Definitely contested with 4 6s.
Whoa!
Right. That's it, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're nearly done.
Scoring's the same as before.
Yeah.
I've not done anything extra. No extra assassinates. A few more for no prisoners. But yeah, we will be back to see what the Salamanders can do in retaliation.
My final movement phase. The tank is going to eliminate these 3 models here. Unless Luke, do you want to roll the 40 dice for that?
No,
I didn't think so. So there's those 3 dead. Let's just write them down. There we go. They're dead.
Oh no.
The aggressors are going to fight that, but I think really we've scored it up. It was an incredibly close game, and the Salamanders managed to come out on top by, is it 4?
4 points.
4
yeah.
points. It looked really bad at the start. It looked really bad at the start.
Yeah, it was really back and forth, that one.
I think when you were here with a line of possessed, it was a little bit worrying. The new strategic reserves, I just think if I hadn't had those in strategic reserve just to be able to step onto the board.
Yeah, I could have heavily skewed the battle more to one side of the field, probably more to the left, to be honest. And ignored a lot of, well, wherever you deployed him, I could have just not been.
That was really close. Good game.
Yeah,
Right.
definitely.